dog, don't stop that shit. That shit funny as hell. I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah, man.
Yo, all right. Blue Villain Edition, man. We in the house. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing, fellas?
Bueno, how you doing, sir?
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's what's up. Hey, I want to give a rest in peace shout out to G Dollar Sign Lil Ronnie, man.
Yeah, man. That's tragic right there.
Rest in peace to you and your
Legend, man.
Rest in peace to a Fort Worth Dallas legend and your little girl, man, your little daughter, man. That
that's to me that's the true travesty of it. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
is.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, man, there was a point in time where like if you was gang banging or if you was a gangster,
Right.
you didn't do nothing around anybody parents and you didn't do nothing around anybody kids.
Yeah,
man.
it's different now, man. They don't care.
It's way
straight
different.
just murder. Like they don't. Ain't no rules to it.
Nah.
Ain't no just
Nah, man.
They don't care. Anybody can get it. That's how they act. You know.
And you know, it's unfortunate, man, but the term of events that has been going on after the situation is crazy. And you know, we kind of want to address it a little bit. I want to start off with your boy, Charleston White.
yeah, I mean, look, I'm highly entertained by Mr. Charleston White.
Yeah.
But as Keno said just a few minutes earlier, he often says things that I don't agree with, as often as he says some things that I do agree with. And then even things that maybe not even like things that I agree with in my own personal philosophy,
right?
But I can understand because if you know the history of Charleston White now, like it's pretty nuanced. I mean, he was a Crip at one point in his youth,
right?
And then he became like a community activist,
right?
And so like he was trying to do like the right things the right way,
right?
And he almost saw no growth, no like potential,
no attention, nothing,
no attention,
right?
And so in the culmination of that, he became a very provocative individual using words and actions to create controversy, and
now
lo and behold,
he's everywhere.
It fucking worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like he's a very controversial figure with controversial thoughts and opinions. So like, I mean, and this particular thing we're talking about is like grade A evidence exhibit A that he's wild.
Yeah, and it's wild because it'll be like 1 minute, like he'll be talking. I'll be like, hell yeah, man. Yeah, that's just common sense, man. What you saying? Yeah, man. For real. No, that's legit, man. People don't want to admit that. That's right. Oh, no. That's terrible. No, Charleston. What are you doing? No, Charleston. That's terrible. You know, so it goes back and forth. I'll be like, yo, hey, what you mean you don't like Mexicans, man? We like you. What are you doing? Don't say that. I like you, bro. What you mean?
And
you know
it's like,
what I'm saying? But it's like, do you really? Or are you just saying that? Like, you know what I mean?
I got a real love-hate for what he talks about sometimes. Because it's like, bro, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you need to say it that way right now? Like right now, is that appropriate?
I mean,
you know
like I think he's the evidence that, like, not that he's correct in his delivery or even like what he's talking about,
right?
But you can't deny that it worked. You know what I'm saying? That it gets him eyes, it gets him ears, it gets him attention. Whereas his modus of operandi before,
wasn't doing it.
Didn't get it.
When he was doing it the quote unquote right way, like just being like,
and now I'm sure there's a certain like percentage of what he says that he doesn't believe. That he's a shock jock, you know, a modern day shock jock without his own platform. You know, literally, because he doesn't need one. Because if he goes on something,
it's on.
It's on.
Everybody sees it.
Like, and the other thing is like his thoughts on snitching per se, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like now, as someone who has come from, you know, less than dubious things myself,
ill-gotten gains, perhaps.
But now I'm an old ass fucking man, like, right? And just like you were saying, like the principles involved, like, okay, if you're not a street guy, a street person, and you see a crime, it is not snitching to report that crime.
Because you're not in that lifestyle and you don't live by that code. It's not your code.
You're just doing your civic duty as a citizen.
You're like, I don't want somebody to get hurt. Shit, I ain't no street dude. I'm a hip hop dude. I'm a music guy. So if I see somebody doing, depending on what the situation is now, but for the most part, if I see some innocent person getting yapped up, either I'm gonna help, or I'm gonna say, hey man, hey Mr. Police Officer, this dude over here getting hurt. I'm gonna stand there and be like, ain't none of my business. No, someone getting hurt.
Was it Cameron who was asked about if you would live next to a serial killer? Where he go, nah man,
I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, that's a little. That's serial killing. Yeah, that's satanic stuff. That's that dark stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now listen, listen. When it comes to crime, bro, I'm writing paperwork on all you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to jail for nobody, dog. Police ask me, yes, sir. Let me take you where they were.
Hey, you know.
And let me show. You know,
follow me.
I'm not involved in that lifestyle. You know, the era that I grew up in.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't no criminal, man. So it'll be like, yo, you know.
The era that I grew up in, you know, before I became a wise older man. You know what I'm saying? Like there was things that me and my homies used to do that I wouldn't dare tell about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, you young, you YNs, I'm snitching.
Because like you said, I ain't trying to go to jail for nothing. Especially if I'm not the one. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not involved with you. I don't even know you.
Yeah, and look, like my personal code, like if I'm in, like, again, I've done some less than dubious things in my past.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But let's say me and like three people, like us three.
All right.
We're involved in criminal activity.
I like that.
If I get hemmed up, I'm not telling on either one.
Yeah.
Like if I'm actively involved on the same level as both of you guys, I'm doing this by myself. I'm doing this by myself.
Right.
But let's say we're just three friends and Keynote is the one doing criminal activity. And Keynote decides to be like, John's the one that's like, I'm like, oh no, let me tell you everything Keynote doing. Like, I'm gonna clear this whole situation.
Like, you know, I'm snitching on Earth Weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all did all that shit.
Logo Los, we coming for you. Logo Los, we coming for you.
What I like is when people get caught and they have other people around them really don't have anything. Like, oh no, what are we gonna do about this?
What is we gonna do?
It's like, we. And I've been in that situation where I'm somebody like, man, what we gonna do, Keen? I'm like, what you mean we? We ain't doing Travi. How you doing that shit? What you mean we? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Travi, Bodega Brothers.
Shout out Travi.
Yeah, man, I'm just saying, because that's been a real. I'm like, what you mean what we gonna do? I didn't do that shit. You was with me, yeah, but I didn't want to be. Like, I wasn't. You did this shit.
Travi, my dude.
Hey, I've already told Trav we need Trav on.
At Trav 77 for people who don't know him at LMC.
We need him right here.
A sports guy. You might see him on X and all that arguing with NFL players. That's Trav, man.
Trav, one of the blackest white men I've ever seen in my life.
He don't be coaching.
And he don't be trying.
He don't
That's just him.
We call him white dude black problems. That's what real. He got 5 kids.
It's Trav. Like there's no other explanation for Trav.
Yeah. But like, I've been in situations with him. Like, he's literally been like, as grown as fathers. Oh man, what we gonna do? What you mean? What we gonna do? Of course, I ride with him, but I'm like, man, what you mean? What we gonna do? Thanks a lot. Now I'm in trouble now because of you.
I remember I went to me and Trav. went to go watch a Green Bay game. We went to Wisconsin and shit.
Yeah, that was some dope shit.
So we go to this bar. His cousin takes us to this bar. You know, like this little area where they stayed in. We wasn't in Green Bay. We were in another city. I can't remember the city.
Oh yeah, he was giving me play-by-play when y'all were there. He was texting me and everything.
we in the parking lot and this dude started asking for money, you know, and then Travis like, hey man, get the fuck away from me, man.
Yeah.
Travis just started going off. And I'm like, Travis.
Yeah.
I'm the only black guy here. I cannot get in trouble. I cannot fight with you, man.
Yo, Head Crack, who's the other dude in our group, Bodega Brothers, who don't know, is black, right? He's had the same conversation.
Black?
Yeah, I know, right?
Does his dad know?
I don't think so. But yo, they like white women, man. But Head Crack has had the same speech with Travis, where he's like, yo, man, chill out. I'm the only black guy here. I'm gonna get in trouble. But we've been pulled over, man. Travis been driving. I'm asleep in the passenger side. Cracks in the back. We coming from a show. We on the road. Yo, man, the cops pull us over. They don't even ask for me and Hey Craig's ID. They just look at Travis and be like, get out the car. For real. Ends up going to jail. I wake up. I'm like, why is there cops? What's going on? Travis like, yo, man, I'm going to jail, man. They're like, why? I have a warrant. I paid for it, though. Of course. He did pay for it. He did. It was already paid for. But he was stuck in jail for like 2 days. Yeah. It was just black dude stuff.
Black dude problem.
I had a girlfriend. Actually, she's the mother of one of my child. Like, she's redhead, Caucasian as fuck. But when we were going together, and I was very much looking like the person that store employees would follow around in the store. They follow her very caucastic, redheaded.
It happens.
I'd be like,
redhead white girls are black, bro. they black.
they're a minority.
Especially the one, okay, there's
Redhead,
there's two kinds. There's two kinds. There's the redhead. I don't know what this is. This is a weird genetic thing. There's two kinds of redheaded white girls. There's the really pale kind of like regular white girl with the red hair that's really very super Irish, a certain kind of Irish. Then there's the white girl with the red hair that's very shapely and has a booty. That's it. There's no in between. There's the finance ones, and then there's like, yeah, man, she got mad recessive genes. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird mix.
I mean, but like technically, they are a minority. Redheads are a minority. There's very few of these Caucasic individuals on the planet, so they constitute a minority. My children, however, are Indian and redheaded on both sides, or both kids. I have a preference.
That's ill.
It's fun. It's weird. Yeah. But anyway, it's weird that people used to like say follow her around. Cops used to give her a problem. Like, she was had a fucking criminal conviction list like this long. Like,
redhead.
What do you do to piss these motherfuckers off? Like,
anytime we go on tour, it became an ongoing joke, man. I started getting nervous for no reason. Anytime we go into a different country, I would get the guns pulled on me and searched. Not just but like guns drawn. They pulling me out of the line. They go, and I've like asked so many times. I've been like, yeah, we'll be in there. I mean, they'll be like, because we're overseas. I remember we were going to France, different things. Like, there was like all these Arab cats, and this is during the war on terror and all. Africans, they don't know me. I'm like, me? And they pull me out, and they go through my luggage, and everybody be laughing. The whole line just laughing. Happens every time. No. I almost got hemmed up going into Canada and going out to Canada. They almost didn't let me back in America.
Damn.
From the moment I was 16 years old, and I used to go to, I went to India probably 6 or 7 times from the time I was 16 years old.
Word.
It got to the point that I was just like, hey, could y'all hold my bag?
Because
I know,
same.
And here's the thing, I'm on my way to Asia. I'm not dressed like a Middle Easterner, not to be raised or anything like that, but I'm dressed like a hip hop guy, right?
Right.
In England, excuse me, sir. Can you step on the lawn, please? I'm like, what the?
It was an ongoing. And
I used to be like, here, hold my bag.
Right.
Like, why?
Same.
Sir, could you come out? I was like,
every time. And I've asked a couple of times. I never got straight. I was like, do I have a red flag on me, and for what? Because I don't even have a parking ticket, bro. I've never been to jail. I don't have myself as clean. I always got, not to be any kind of way, but I was always too smart. I always got away with anything I was doing, or somebody else was doing it for me. I'm one of them dudes. It is what it is.
I mean, look, I didn't do shit
but I'm like,
that would bring too much attention. But my point is, like, I would be in places that I shouldn't even be, like, racially profiled, because they shouldn't even know that about how I'm
normal,
dressed.
like, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I've had the gun, like the AR-15s pointed at me and stuff, man, and all that going through my wallet and calling numbers, and I'm like, dog, what the fuck? Yeah, and then no explanation, none.
I got plenty of those.
Well, I mean, you are blacker than Trillion Midnight.
So. Rest in peace, classic, man. He one time, dog. I'll tell y'all this story real quick. One time, I was living in these apartments called Eastgate in Garland. Now Eastgate is Walmart. It's like,
right, yeah,
right on 635.
Yeah, I went to that apartment. Yeah.
I used to live in Eastgate, so I walked to Kroger's. I bought me some food. I'm like, man, I'm finna, because I love to cook. I'm coming back home. I'm finna cook. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I get in my apartment complex, the sidewalk of my apartment complex. Garland police. Hey, put your hands up. Guns drawn. Like, I put my hands up. These motherfuckers said I robbed a Subway. I said, nigga, I got Kroger sacks in my hand. What you like? You know what I'm saying? Subway is way down that way. I came from over there. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think I'm doing? Just like bag the cash, just walking down.
When the dude told me to throw my hands up, I had my bags in my hands like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I dropped the bags. He pat me down, and he was like, "Were you involved in the burglary at Subway?" I was like, "No, I was at Kroger's." You know what I'm saying? So, Class, what's crazy is Class was coming to my apartment. He turned down the street and saw me getting hemmed up by the police.
He did it, officer.
And just turned the corner like, shit, I don't know that black ass. I don't know that black ass.
He didn't come over to be like, hey, man. Like, yeah.
We do both go get hemmed up.
So then he's waiting in front of my apartment.
To see what happens.
Yeah.
To see what happens.
Then he like, damn, bro, you all right? I was like, yeah, bro. I seen your ass pass by.
That's messed up. He could have been like, hey, man, he ain't do nothing.
Like, no, I think that guy did it.
Yeah, no, there you go right there.
There's your culprit.
But then he was like, man, you know what your problem is? I was like, what's that? You too damn black.
That's your problem. God, dog.
Class was like, you too damn black, bro.
No, one thing I did though, man, that back in high school, I used to work at Burger King. I was like a drive-through manager, and God rest in peace, my man Omar, man. My man Omar and Adolfo and Abram was like waiting. They'd wait for me when it'd be time for me to get off. I'd get off super late, clothes and all that, and then we'd go work on music and do whatever. And so. Like, I see them sitting over there kind of waiting in the parking lot. My manager used to be real scary. He was this African woman. She'd be real scary about stuff. Because they'd get robbed sometimes. And she'd be like, I think they're over there waiting on us. I think they're waiting for us to close. And I looked out, saw who. I was like, yeah, man. Actually, I came up with a story about something I saw on Crime Stoppers. Because they used to have this thing popped up on TV looking for, said this child molester, da-da-da-da-da. And I gave him Omar's description. So she calls the cops. And I'm looking out there and I'm laughing as the cops are confronting him, charging him up, thinking he was a child molester. Oh. And I get off work, I come out there with a soul. And they like, you motherfucker. Because I was laughing. Because they can see me looking out the drive-through window, looking through the back going, laughing as the cops are out there talking to him. I ain't no child molester. My name's Omar Navarro. Here's my ID. And Abram and them are all scared in the car and shit. Because they looking like some illegals. You know what I'm saying? It's great. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, but we kind of got off subject a little bit.
Way off subject.
Yeah.
But Charleston White, man, I want to say to you this, man. We probably don't have the funds right now to get you on this show, but bro,
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It'll be a great conversation.
It will be a great. But dog, I mean, like, calm down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You a grown man.
We be waving guns and stuff sometimes. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I was with you until you started doing all that. Now,
yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of things that he says that I agree. Even with my spurious past, I agree with him.
No, yeah, because
when it comes to the kids,
because
he did the same thing to Gilly about Gilly's son's death, and like.
No, man, that's not.
There's nothing cute about that. Like,
what's so crazy?
Nothing cute about that.
He did say something that like I had a lot of respect for. He was like, you were involved in gangster shit. You got your daughter. By you going to that car wash, you got your daughter involved in gangster shit. And now your daughter's dead. And I was like, bro, I wouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, like, yes, he's probably. I'm not saying. Look, I don't know the extent of what he's done or wasn't due to being, but going to a car wash, I don't.
But what
really,
I understand, from what I understand, he was told not to go up to that car.
Yeah, he was told not to go to that area.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Like, dudes was threatening him, like, you better not go to that car wash.
And so, kind of like, I'm going to go to the car wash and then go up there.
This going to happen to you.
Yeah,
you know
so you don't bring,
Okay, yeah.
So.
That's kind of foul that you would bring your daughter somewhere.
If that's the case,
if
that's the case, you know what I'm saying?
If somebody told me,
and you don't have the homies, all the homies.
It kept me out of trouble not doing certain things because I have kids. It's like because if something happened to me, my kids with me because my kids are always with me. Man,
dog. There's places that I would never take my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'll go by myself. But I would never take her because it's like I don't need you to see this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about just like normal places, like going to get something to eat, like you know what I'm saying, or something like that. It's like, nah, you can't come on this side of town. Like,
I don't even have my kids like on the highway at a certain time of the night because of drunk drivers and stuff. I'm like, I ain't messing around, man.
I mean, like almost a real shit. Like my oldest son, who with every attempt not to be like me. Very much like me.
Shout out, Mike.
Maybe even more. So.
Yeah.
Like whatever. So like, I mean, he'd be in I would see him and his friends in situations.
Yeah.
So very much like the ones I used to be in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'll be like, all right, I see what y'all guys got going on.
Right.
Your motivations are very much like what I would have done in some. But here I am as a 40-plus-year-old man trying to tell you that this ain't what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel what you want. Like, hell, one time, I'm gonna make this very spurious. So, like, my daughter was selling something for my son, and somebody ran off on her. Mm-hmm. I can only imagine. In that same situation back in the day, what me and my homies would have done
Right.
in the situation.
Right.
And here I am telling these very like-minded individuals, some very many years later, don't
do that.
Don't do what I exactly would have done in this situation. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. I've walked this road. Yeah.
Now, I didn't get in trouble doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to then wind up on with the opposite story. Yeah, we did it, and we are now all serving many years in prison or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get the motivation to do that kind of stuff, but man, having somebody tell you
hey,
maybe don't do.
Probably
this.
don't want to do that. Yeah.
Don't do this.
Yeah. It's funny because my pops was a detective, right? But he never brought it to the crib. You never knew. To him, he treated it like a 9-to-5 job. He didn't. And so my friends wouldn't even know. And I had friends, I think I told y'all before, I had friends who was kind of thugged out. And they'd be like, yo, your pops is he got me out of jail. He got me out of the situation. I know that's your pops, man. So it was cool.
Good ones.
But my pops would be like this. He'd be like, no, because he knew he detective. So he just knew I was doing dirt and shit. So he just told me, hey, man, I ain't going to go at you. But if you get in trouble, I ain't going to help you. And if they come looking for you, I'm going to tell them where you at. So I'm just letting you know. Cool enough for me. Cool. And one time they did come looking for me, and he was like, see, I'll never forget, the cops came running through the house, dad sitting in the living room, was like, they in there. They just kept watching TV, man. I said, pop! Because I could see through the door, the closet, and then they came and got me, man. It was like, some dumb shit, kid shit. But still, he's just sitting there I told you. Yeah, I'll never forget, he goes, kept watching TV, he's like, he in there. And
my pops told me, he's like, if you ever go to jail, you only get one phone call. But don't call me. I'm not coming.
So as I got older, I would break, if I was out with a girl all night or something, they'd be like, hey, just let us know you safe if I was still at the house. I'd be like, yo, man, I'm out with such and such, man. But I would start calling in the middle of the night because you could tell they pick up the phone, your parents, and they kind of disheveled middle of the night. I'd be like, man, I fucked up, man. And I hear my dad going, what? But man, I fucked up. I'm in jail, Bobo. He'd be like, what? I was kidding, Pop. I'm over at such and such house. I see you in the morning. Click. He'd be like, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, they probably would have killed me.
Yeah, so, man. Yeah. I got a little brother, man. Not my youngest brother, but my brother next to me in age. Mm-hmm. The shit I've done, in my gangster lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Has saved him from some situations.
Yeah.
You such and such brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the shit he's done has kind of saved me in some situations.
Explain.
You smoke, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's his nickname, Smoke.
So I'm gonna leave you alone.
Yeah, bro, you look just like Smoke. We got the same father and dad,
he's
bro.
He's darker than Trillion Midnights,
we got the same mother and father, you know what I'm saying?
He's darker than Trillion Midnights, too?
I'm the darkest, but you know what I'm saying? He dark skinned, but he ain't as dark as me, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you look at, if he was to come through here, y'all be like, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
So, but it's, I don't know, what Charleston White was saying, some of the things I picked up on, and I was like, all right, I understand why you made that point. But I wouldn't have gone so far. But the killer to me is the behavior of Lil Ronnie's baby mom. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this till just a little while ago. No, he told me about it before we started the pod.
Wow.
I did not know, that's
why are you in, everybody grieves in their own way.
And we know this is post.
Yeah.
This is post. Everybody grieves in their own way. But I don't think it's a good look for you to be having stacks of cash to your ear and, dancing around. And
then having a GoFundMe, from what I understand, too.
Yeah.
It's
wait.
Hey.
GoFundMe.
It's not even the criticism of what you're doing, how you're handling that. It's just the optics. Because somebody, that's normal for a person to be like, hey, man, this don't look good for you.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. The whole breathing thing, I don't care about what,
because some people just deny it. I'm gonna party, and I don't understand.
A stack of cash by the ear while you're posting a GoFundMe is a little wild.
That's what I think.
That's a little crazy.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's correct. I saw the pictures. I saw the video, but I also heard she had to GoFundMe.
Then don't let me get a pocket. But if you have a GoFundMe while there are videos of you with stacks of cash. That's a lot of
At the murder scene with
That's out of
security guards and money at the murder scene.
Yeah.
This is kind of like, hey man, that's kind of okay, but it just don't look good, man. Like probably don't want to.
It don't look good.
They'll probably
like,
then talking about you ain't tripping because your kid's gonna be draped up in Gucci.
Your 5-year-old daughter was gunned down. That is not a good look. Just you know what I'm saying.
And it's not even a judge thing. It's just you telling somebody, hey man, might not want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like man, you know what? I think all of us in this room, we were fortunate enough to have very good friends around us.
Yeah, man.
I know there were certain situations where I was gonna wild out. I was gonna crash out.
For real.
And I had a friend like, nah, don't do that. That's 5 to 10.
I had that recently, man. I was about to not see nobody forever. Like, and I had a buddy call me.
Unfortunately,
like, hey.
I was that friend for most people.
I've been that friend for a lot of my friends, and then I've had friends that was like, bro,
yeah.
you gonna go to jail.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Think about what you're doing. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, so I think a lot of these younger people don't have that.
They don't.
Cause all of them think alike, you know, or the most of them think alike. It's
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you gonna crash out? I'm gonna crash out too.
Dude,
you know
I don't blame you. You know, and it's like, nah, man. You gotta have somebody. You gotta have a voice of reason somewhere in there to be like, yo, keep you out of jail, keep your situation straight. You know what I mean?
I would say to Lil Ronnie's like baby mother is like, hey, you still here, and you got. I think she got other kids, right? I don't know. I don't know if you have other kids or whatever, but.
You trying to say black women have multiple kids? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
I ain't trying to say that at all. I ain't trying to say that at all. Shout out to my baby mother.
Prejudice.
Nah, I'm just playing. But it's like, hey, you gotta maintain a certain look right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, especially with the law looking around and all that too. And
but I know people grieve in their own way. People grieve in their own way.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a judgment. It's just like if you see something, it's called
the optics look bad.
It's called discernment.
Yeah, the optics look bad.
It's discernment to where you're like, hey, you recognizing, hey, that doesn't look good. It's not saying you a terrible person because you do. No. It's like, hey, man, I may get what you're doing. They may get what you're doing, but they don't get what you're doing, and it's not a good look for you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what that is. And people take that as judgment, but that's more of like, hey.
Like, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you this. I got my best friend in Oklahoma. His name is Reggie. All right. I had another friend come from Oklahoma to Dallas, and he was like, "Hey, man, you heard what happened to Reggie?" What I didn't know was he was looking for some smoke. He was looking for but he kept saying, "Hey, you heard what happened to Reggie?" He was trying to cold talk with me on the phone. Bro, when he said Reggie's name, my heart dropped. I was like, dog, did something happen to my boy? There's no way I'm gonna be parading with stacks of money like, yeah, Reggie Davis, you know what I'm saying? I love you, dog. I'm not gonna do that, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Each person handled it different. Like I've had you know, homies even recently passed, and I was way the opposite of that. I was like, yo, I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like, nah, man, leave me alone.
My boy Class, man, when Class passed, I didn't want to get out the bed.
Yeah, you don't want to.
My homie Eddie passed. I didn't like, hey, did you tell such and such? Nope, I didn't.
Yeah, it gets like that.
I'm grieving. I'm not doing nothing to tell nobody. I suffered the greatest loss that unfortunately for me, the greatest loss of my life has been my best friend. Right. But either way, that's still the greatest loss.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
that's your fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's like. And this, even like during COVID, man, I lost so many people. And it's like, damn, dog, like you keep hearing about death. Mm-hmm. There's no way I'm gonna be parading around with stacks to my ear. I'm just not doing
I ain't tripping. I don't care what the person's wearing in the casket. That's not important to me. Like, yo, you could be like, yo, I'm Gucci down. That doesn't make me feel better. Like the person's not there anymore, like here on earth. So I'm gonna be, upset about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, man. So like we all sinners in our own way, man. We be doing things in the dark. Like the good word says, things in the dark come to light. Would you get, what was it, $100 million? Was they asking?
100 million.
Asking if you get $100 million, but you had to watch everything you've ever done with your family. So that means your family's sitting there like watching the story of your life and they seeing everything you've ever done.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Why is the money amount so low?
You don't think $100 million is worth it?
Not for the premise you just offered.
Because they seeing everything. They saying when you jaying off. They seeing when are you crying.
Okay.
They saying when you're doing bad things.
So, in the life that I've lived and the parents that I have, 100 million might be worth it for about a good 20 minutes.
Right.
Like, I would sit through 20 minutes of my life for $100 million. Like, there's absolutely, like, Elon Musk doesn't have enough money.
Right, to give
To me to sit through my life.
You're just like, no.
I mean, I'm talking like through elementary school. I don't know that I'd be like, that's an Indian scale.
Okay.
That's not like I was doing devious things.
But it's on the Indian scale.
But on the Indian scale, like, oh, that's what you're doing in school? like, shit.
What about
it doesn't get any better the older I get.
Yeah,
so, like,
I can
the scale
imagine.
just gets worse.
It gets worse and worse as you go. Well, what about you, man?
I definitely ain't. Hell no.
Nah, you ain't doing it?
Nah, I ain't doing it.
You getting 100 mil?
I don't know, man. I might be like, hey, that's $100 million. I'll be like, hey, man, y'all gonna have to hate me. Y'all might never see me again. And y'all might think I'm just the dirtiest person alive, but
Keno.
that's $100 million.
You gonna sit there for $100 million while you piping down the worst woman you've ever piped down in your life?
No.
I ain't had some bad, like, you mean worse, like looking?
Yes.
Oh, no, I ain't even tripping. I've had some.
Oh.
I'm picky where I put my sticky.
Oh, well,
I'll be
well, sir,
proud. My dad,
on
my,
air,
dad
we can
will,
mention
my
that.
father will dap me up for the most time.
Okay. Well, to quote the great comedian Corey Holcomb, there's some bitches I fucked around that don't need explanations.
No, what I mean, it's just some ones with the questionable reputation. But my pops, I can see, I could be like, but I could be like, the bad news, I'll be like, but pop, you see why? Like, and he probably like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, she got a big, or she got this, so you know what I mean? He might be like, still, boy, I don't know, boy, but okay. And when my mom ain't looking, he probably dapped me up because it's the same man who would, if I had a girl over the house, my mom would have the door open, he'd come up behind her, look at me, wink, and close the door. So, you know. But I felt some, you know.
There was some all else fails that I look back at like, what the fuck was you thinking?
And look, in my memory, I could be like, we could be watching this and be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what I'm scared of.
Who is this bitch?
That's what I'm scared of, man.
It's something that I try to forget about in my mind. And it's like I don't want to relive that.
See, that's what I'm scared of. Is like there may be some stuff I don't remember. Then I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. That's what I would feel.
And me knowing me, like I would say I've probably forgotten a good 65 to 70% of like from where I was 18 to now. Like,
yeah.
There was so much like when I run into old friends and hey man, you remember? I'm like,
clutching your pearls.
No, like as soon as they start mentioning, I'm like, I did that.
Yeah,
I was like, I purged that memory from my mind.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god, I'm embarrassed of myself.
Yeah.
And there's some things, not even like from a sexual aspect.
Exactly.
There's some things that I've done where I was dead broke and I came up on some money.
Yeah.
And the way I came up on it is like, I do not want to relive that.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
I'd be like, John, you sold drugs. You sold drugs. We came to America so you can sell drugs.
Oh yeah, the disappointment, the generational disappointment you would feel.
I mean, look, I was saying about my parents that like they think I'm a failure and they don't even know half the things I fucked up. So like, I mean, like this example that we have would literally just lay it all out on the table, and I'm telling you, 100 million ain't enough to go through that experience.
Yeah, it's probably a horrible experience, man.
What about the shit when you was a little kid that you almost got in trouble for, but you lied about it?
Oh yeah,
and it was
that's almost worse, man. For some reason,
like, your mom might say, "I knew your little black ass did
my
that
brother
shit."
did it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Dog, this is what one of my brothers would get in trouble for the most. My mom would bake a cake, right? And she'd be like, "Don't none of y'all touch my fucking cake. Leave that motherfucker alone." I used to be perfect. Well, I was perfecto. I used to cut little thin ass slices. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have to be super thin.
Like, super thin. I just had like a little super thin ass slice. My brother tried to copy me. The shit cut be all janky. You know what I'm saying? The cut be all janky and fat and shit. And then he'd be like, I don't know, Keith did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know what I'm saying? I end up
Look
getting
at
in
his
trouble.
nail. He got frost under it.
Yeah. Now my sisters, but they'd see the opposite because like I'd be all right, I won't be doing so much. My older sister, God rest, Kim, she'd be sitting there like, you know, when mom and dad get home, if you don't go to the store for me, and I was little, man, I'm like 7, you know. He's like, if you don't ride 2 miles to the store in the dark for me and go get me these candy and this and that, I'm gonna tell mom and dad you was cussing, you had friends over and all that. I'd be like, yeah, they ain't gonna believe you. She's like, you better do it. So I go do it. Come back, here's your stuff, man. And then she wouldn't get me nothing. And I'd be like, yo, here you go. Parents get home. He had such and such over and he was cussing. He was watching Playboy and do it. I'd be like, yo, no, it wasn't. and I still get beat. I'd be like, hey, man. And she'd be like, yo, yeah, yeah.
Being the older sibling is the best.
She used to make my life hell.
It's the best and the worst, man, because
I couldn't imagine being
I was a baby.
younger sibling to somebody.
Yeah, I'm a baby, man. So like I'm the youngest.
Imagine.
Yeah.
You deserved it though.
Yeah, probably for
being
something.
youngest.
Well, I used to steal her shit and hide it that way, and she just I watch her lose her mind.
You're a deviant.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't put it on, but
I didn't say you weren't.
Yeah.
But because you're the youngest, you're a deviant. You deserve it. Whatever she did to you, you deserved it.
in some way, shape, or form, or fashion, I'm sure I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, like being the oldest, dog, it's like everything is blamed on you. Everything is blamed on you. You gotta be like your own lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have it. Okay, see, I was at 8:01. I was over. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You gotta prove yourself because it's like, man,
It was the opposite because I was the babysitter. They'd be like, "Yo, he did it." I'd be like, "Hey,"
and it's shit that you shouldn't even got in trouble about. That you can like, okay, for instance, it used to be like this the neighborhood I grew up in Oklahoma, right? Up the street was like this. One side was a liquor store. One side was like a little, corner store. You know what I'm saying? But it was split into two. So it's like, if you was in the corner store, you could walk through the door and go in the liquor store, but no grown ass kid could go.
Oh, right.
No kid could go in the liquor store. So like, we used to go to the store side and get candy and all kind of shit. At one point, they had these necklaces in there, like a chain with like this emblem of a monkey. I don't know what. I have no idea why they were selling that shit.
Yeah.
But it was like a monkey on the chain and shit. So
Monkey on the chain.
Monkey on the chain. Yeah.
monkey on the chain. Monkey on the chain.
Yeah.
But me and this dude named Michael, we went in that store and we stole 2 of them monkeys on the chain. We stole them.
Out of all the things, man.
I wish you still had it.
Yeah.
So
word.
we rolling around on our bikes with the monkey on the chain, just flexing.
Thugging.
Yeah, thugging.
Straight thugging.
Everybody like, man, where you get that? You know what I'm saying? We looking like rappers and shit.
Yeah.
So then my brother go in the house, Mama, I want one of them monkey on the chains like Keith got. You little bitch ass. Like, cause I used to hide my shit outside before I go in the house.
Diabolical.
Yeah, just like for no fucking reason. Like, dog, why you snitching?
Where you at? Let's go ride on this fool right now. Where you at?
He in Austin right now.
Let's go. South by Southwest.
But like, dog, this is like just like I used to look at him like, fuck is you snitching for, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just crazy shit. It didn't make no sense why you doing that. But being the oldest, that's what it's like. That's
My brother, this like he wouldn't just random snitch on me. What he would do is when he's in trouble, just whatever he can remember that I've done. John did this. I was like, yo,
this ain't got nothing to do
yo,
with it.
take your heat on your home. Like, what you doing? I don't throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
I'm 47 years old right now. Be 48. He is 3 years younger than me. I can walk in my parents' house and him and my parents be having a conversation. Be like, yo, like you still throw me under the bus and take the heat off of yourself? God,
He's always gonna do that. Then that's just what that is.
Yeah, that's just his go-to move. Like,
yeah, I remember coming home being in trouble, not even know why. I'm like, what? And like, yo, we heard you blah blah getting what? I'm like, I ain't do that.
how you know that?
I ain't do that. Like,
Your brother,
man,
ooh, where he at? Where he at?
Man.
Yeah, man, it's wild, man. It's wild. It's wild being the oldest, man. It's like I don't know. I never really
Got
had
about the
problems.
baby, though.
I never. Oh, I never had problems out of my youngest, my baby brother. Like I never really had problems out of him. It's just like my brother.
What's the age discrepancy between y'all two?
We all 2 years apart.
Oh, okay.
So my youngest brother, I'm 4 years older than him. My brother next to me, I'm 2 years.
So it's not crazy. It's not crazy.
It's not crazy.
It's crazy age difference between me and my sisters. Like 7.
Yeah. You got crazy.
7 and 8 years
like your
difference.
sporting your
Yeah. I was born later on in the game. I thought my mom was like a teen mom basically, and then she had me when she was like grown. You know what I mean? So by then,
yeah, my sister. Now my sister, I'm like at least 10 years older than her. But
yeah.
But yeah, she. I mean, she grew up with her mom, so I didn't really get in trouble around her for her to snitch on me. You know what I'm saying? But
in good standing.
Yeah.
Younger sisters usually got you back.
I will say,
When I see people with younger sisters,
because
generally idolize their older brother.
Yeah.
I will say this, boy, you cannot tell my sister shit about me. She will fuck you up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like, dude. Like my oldest son's sister, like she's not biologically mine. I claim MK, like she's on the honor don't care. Like she loves her. Like she would never throw her brother under the brother. You know what I'm saying? Like she loves him, he loves her. Like such a different dichotomy than me and my brother.
Yeah, it's one of my as they got older, but when I was younger, man, I didn't even claim the one who used to get me in trouble. My sister who passed away. Before she passed away, we got super, super close. But like her and my other sister, I never claimed the one that would always get me in trouble. Like we go like places, like we'd be like, they'd have open houses for school and you have to go talk to your teachers or something.
I'm not related to her.
And my sisters would come with me and they'd be like, "Oh, he has another sister?" And I'd be like, I don't claim her. And my mom would get all mad. We go places. I have one sister.
She's adopted.
Yeah. Oh, she used to tell me I didn't know who Alex Haley was, the dude who wrote Roots. So I didn't know. I'm a little Mexican kid. I don't know this. And so she was like, "You the illegitimate child of Alex Haley. You adopted." And I'd be like, I'd be crying. But who's Alex Haley? I knew I was different than all y'all. I knew I was different. Yo, man. When I got older, I found out who Alex Haley
name
was.
is Toby.
Yeah. I was like, I called her. I was like, "Yo, really? You picked him?" And she just started laughing. She said, "I just wanted to make you feel bad." Oh, yeah. So. Yeah, dude. She was wild, man. That's who I got on my arm right there.
How much
that
older
tattoo.
was she than you?
She's 8 years, just about almost 8 years. Yeah. So yeah, but she didn't care. My other sister was like 7 years older than me. Yo, we were tight. Like she was the one. She would fight the other one. Like she'd be like, "You messing with him?" Pow, 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 pow. They getting fights. Yeah.